What's going on, YouTube family and world? My name is Ghiman Mckinney. Appreciate you guys for tuning into the channel today. Be sure to like this video right now if you're rocking with your boy. Subscribe to the channel if you are new as well. I do post a ton of great sports videos like this weekly, and almost every single day if I can. All right, NBA season. Man, I've never been more excited for an NBA season in my life, honestly. I've never been more excited. I really haven't. I haven't. I really don't know who's going to win the championship next year, okay? There's a whole ton of parity in this league. There's about 10, 11, 12 duos of two-star players, whether it be Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, whether it be LeBron James and Anthony Davis, whether it be Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum, whether it be Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving joining the Brooklyn Nets. I mean, you got so many new dynamic duos in all the NBA. I mean, there's no super teams. There's no legit super teams. There's no team that has a huge gap between one another. So I'm excited for the NBA season next year. I'm excited to see all these duos. But hey, like I said, there's about 10 to 11, 12 duos in the league that have legit players that really do. So what I want to do in this video, I want to rank the top 10 duos in basketball. Okay, so I'm going to tell you who are the 10 best duos in basketball. It's going to be based on how good you are, and also I wanted to factor in how well you fit in with a certain player. I also want to factor in accomplishments, chemistry, so I factor in all that. So like I said, I just want to rank the top 10 duos in basketball. I'm going to see if Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant in fact are number one, if LeBron James and Anthony Davis are number one, who's number two, who's number three. You get the point. So let's get started. Okay, the 10th best duo to me in all the NBA is Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray. It's a very young duo. They complement each other very well. Obviously, they led the Denver Nuggets to the second best record in the West this past year. I mean, with Jamal Murray, you're pretty much getting 18 points per game, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Nikola Jokic, he should get even better. 20 points per game last year, 11 rebounds, 7 assists. He led the Denver Nuggets in all three of those categories: points, rebounds, and assists. I mean, he's amazing. He's going to get even better, too. They're one game away from the conference finals. Okay, so they play very well. And let's be real, Jamal Murray showed he can step up and be a big-time number 2 option in the playoffs. He averaged over 21 points per game in the playoffs. He was the go-to scorer down the stretch. Okay, and let's be real, Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray, they're going to be around for a long time. This Denver team is going to be something to reckon with for a long time. Obviously, if they can get Michael Porter Jr., their team will be very good. But as a duo, I mean, Jamal Murray's 22 years old. Nikola Jokic is 24. They're going to be around for a long time. I got them at number 10 on this list. Okay. Up next, number 9. I got Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. Now, I understand people are going to say, they haven't played the playoff series yet. Why are you putting them on this list? I understand. I am projecting. I'm all for the hot takes, okay? I think Kristaps Porzingis and Luka Doncic's games complement each other so well. I mean, let's look at Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic was the Rookie of the Year this year. He showed he has the potential to be a future number 1 guy on a championship team. He showed that capability. He showed them, listen, if I had to bet money in about 3, 4, maybe 5, 6 years, Luka Doncic is going to be one of the top 10 players in the NBA. He's that special. He has that much potential, okay? He obviously was the go-to scorer for the Mavericks this past year. Obviously was their go-to guy in the clutch. He showed he has the clutch gene. He was hitting clutch shots. He was taking over big games. So I'm a huge believer that Luka Doncic is going to score early and often in the NBA. And he's going to be an all-star for many years to come. Okay, he's a special player. And then obviously you got Kristaps Porzingis. Kristaps Porzingis to me is a very good player. Okay, he averaged 22 points per game the last time we saw him. His defense is excellent. He's 7'3". He can block shots. He can hit threes. He can score inside the paint, outside the paint. I mean, he can defend all 5 positions. I mean, there's nothing Kristaps Porzingis really can't do. Now, obviously, injuries are a little bit of a concern, but hey, the sky's the limit for these guys. Their talent's off the charts. I got him at number 9. I think the Mavericks are going to surprise some people this year. I really think the Dallas Mavericks have an outside shot, at least, to make the playoffs. Number 8, Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. These are 2 All-Stars. They made it to the second round of the playoffs the last 2 years. On where they rank in the league, they could be higher on this list, but their games don't necessarily fit the way I want them to. I'll explain why. Okay, listen, Joel Embiid usually dominates the paint, okay? That's where Joel Embiid's most damage is going to be done, in the paint. That's where you want Joel Embiid. Obviously, he can shoot threes. He can take some perimeter shots and hit some perimeter shots. But where you want Joel Embiid being most effective, if you want to get the max out of Joel Embiid, you want him banging down low on the paint and dunking on people. And when he's doing that, Ben Simmons is very ineffective, okay? It's just the reality of the situation. Ben Simmons legitimately cannot shoot. Now, if Ben Simmons comes back this next year, shows he has a comparable jump shot, they might move up on this list. But when Joel Embiid's in the paint, Ben Simmons can't be in the paint, then all he is pretty much a facilitator. He can't score. He can't shoot. Ben Simmons legitimately will not take a three-point shot. He will not even take a mid-range jump shot because he just can't flat shoot. He's a liability as far as perimeter shooting goes. And then, if you flip it the other way around and say, well, just take Joel Embiid out of the paint. Put Ben Simmons in the paint. Clear it out. Let Ben Simmons do his thing. While Ben Simmons is going to be very effective, then Joel Embiid's very ineffective. Because Joel Embiid, while he's a capable perimeter shooter, while he's a capable three-point shooter, you don't want Joel Embiid always taking threes, always taking perimeter shots. You saw it in the Raptors series. The Raptors pretty much exploited and exposed the Philadelphia 76ers and all of Ben Simmons' problems. Joel Embiid was forced to take a ton of perimeter shots, a ton of threes, and Ben Simmons couldn't do anything in the paint when Joel Embiid was in there. So, defensively, they're very good. They're all-stars. They're great players. They're going to make the playoffs. The Philadelphia 76ers, to me, are the best team on paper in the East. But as far as the duo goes, as far as talent goes, they're very high. But as far as chemistry and fit, got them a little bit low on the system. That's why they're at number 8. Okay. Number 7. I will go with Giannis Antetokounmpo and Chris Middleton. Giannis, to me, reigning MVP, one of the top 7 players in basketball. Okay, look, Chris Middleton, he averaged 18 points per game this year, 20 the year before. So, pretty much what you're getting from this duo, you're getting roughly 26 to 28 points per game from Giannis, along with 12 rebounds and 5 assists. And then Chris Middleton's going to add on an extra 18 to 20 points. Okay, while I will say Giannis is an excellent player, Chris Middleton, to me, he's a solid number 2, but I do legitimately think on some other teams, that Chris Middleton is potentially a number 3 option. Okay, he's a very good player. He's great with Giannis. He complements Giannis very well. He's a great shooter. He can create his own shot. He's a great defender too. This duo is excellent defensively. I'll give you that. But as far as the star power goes, Giannis is a star. But Chris Middleton, he needs to continue to take those next big leaps for me to put them any higher than number 7 on this list. But up next, Damian Lillard and C.J. McCollum. Now, pretty much chemistry and knowing what you're going to get from this duo is already checked off. C.J. McCollum and Damian Lillard have been doing this for many years together. Okay, they just have. Chemistry down pat. You know what you're getting. They're consistently going to be a number 3 seed, number 4 seed in the Western Conference. They're 2 of the top 10 3-ball shooters in all of basketball. 2 of the top 10 shooters in all of basketball, in my opinion. Okay, Damian Lillard to me is the second best point guard in basketball, behind one Steph Curry. C.J. McCollum is a very good player, but he's not a number 1 option on a team. Okay, while I think Damian Lillard is very good, while I think C.J. McCollum is very good, I think they just have hit a ceiling to some degree. You know what you're going to get from them. I don't know if they can get any better. I don't think they'll get any worse. Like I said, I don't know if they'll get any better. And just overall, the players on this list, the other 5 duos I have on this list, to me have better players, and they're just better overall in my opinion. Okay, but I got them at number 6. Number 5, James Harden and Russell Westbrook. These are 2 of the last 3 NBA MVPs. On paper, might be a top 2 or top 3 backcourt in history. I mean, just on paper. James Harden, one of the best scorers and isolation players of all time. Definitely one of the 2 best one-on-one players in the league, along with Kevin Durant. Okay, he's very, very good. James Harden's a monster. He's a beast. I mean, he chokes in the playoffs, but he's a beast. He's a monster. James Harden's one of the top 5 players in basketball, as far as I'm concerned. Russell Westbrook, a top 12 player, top 15 player. You can make the argument he's still a top 10 player. I mean, he's averaged a triple-double for 3 straight seasons. I mean, that's not without luck. So, these are 2 very, very good individual players. Chemistry and style of play is why I have them at number 5, okay? Because let's be real. They both are used to being the premier and primary ball handlers on their own team. So my question is, who handles the ball? Because let's be real. Russell Westbrook, he's not a very good off-the-ball player. He's just not. Unless he's cutting to the basket and dunking the ball, Russell Westbrook's not a very good off-the-ball player. He's not a very good shooter. He's a terrible three-point shooter. His mid-range game is not very good anymore. And let's be real, Russell Westbrook can't even hit free throws anymore. And then James Harden, while James Harden can play off the ball, he's a solid off-the-ball player. That's not his game. James Harden likes to boogie on you. He likes to dribble the ball a lot. He likes the ball in his hands. He likes to boogie on you, hit them step-back threes. I mean, James Harden's game is not really predicated on moving off the ball and coming off screen. That's just not his game. So the fact that I have issues as far as who's going to be the primary ball handler. I've never seen them play together. I have chemistry issues potentially. Look, I think that Russell Westbrook is an upgrade over CP3. But are they better than the next 4 duos? I don't know. So we'll see. But their talent is off the charts. They have a lot of potential. Defensively, they're decent, okay, with James Harden improving his defense. But I got him at number 5. Number 4 has to be Klay Thompson and Steph Curry. The greatest shooting backcourt in history. The driving forces of the Warriors dynasty. I understand Kevin Durant came in, got him those 2 titles. I get it, but let's be real. Steph Curry and Klay Thompson are the foundation of the Golden State Warriors franchise, okay? They're 2 of the best shooters ever. Let's be real. You didn't do a finals as hard. They did that. They did it twice in a row as the driving forces of a team. I just think personally, the players ahead of them are just better players. Okay, Steph Curry's a very good player. He's a top 5 player in the league. We'll see what we got with the next couple players, but Klay Thompson and Steph Curry, to me, are the 4th best duo in basketball. Okay, so the top 3 duos. At number 3, you gotta go with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. Okay, offensively, I think it's the best duo on this list. I really do. I think they're the best duo on this list as far as offensive arsenals go. If Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant are both clicking on all cylinders on offense, both of them at the same time in one night, oh man, you're in for a world of trouble. I mean, KD easily drops 35 and 40 points on a guy's head. I mean, Kyrie Irving, he can pretty much do the same thing. Kyrie Irving, to me, is one of the best closers, if not the best closer in basketball. I think Kevin Durant learned how to close in Golden State, so I think they're 2 of the best closers in basketball, 2 of the most clutch and dead-eye shooters in the league. Okay, so as far as an offensive productive standpoint, Kyrie and KD are number 1. But as far as, the overall list, they got to be at number 3 for me. Okay, look, KD's one of the top 3 players in the league easily. I don't have a problem with people saying he's the best player in the league. Kyrie Irving, listen, what holds me back is the fact that Kyrie Irving's not a number one option. Okay, look, Kyrie Irving can be the number 1 option on the team, but you saw him in Boston. It didn't really work out very well. It just didn't. You saw him in Cleveland, but listen, if Kyrie Irving doesn't have LeBron James by his side, he pretty much, what has he done? He doesn't want anything, okay? But when you add a guy like KD to Kyrie Irving's side, when you ask Kyrie Irving to be the number 2 overall option on a team, I mean, he might be the best number 2 overall option in all of basketball. He's a capable number 1. He can be a number 1 option, but you don't want to be in the number 1 option all the time. I think Kyrie Irving needs a guy like a LeBron James to take him over the top. I think he needs a 7-foot monster that can shoot threes like KD on his side. Now, what does hold me back a little bit with this team is the fact that KD, we haven't seen with the injury. He's coming off a major injury. So how good will he be coming off the injury? I'm here to tell you, 80%, 90% of KD is an all-star plus player. Another thing that holds me back is whose team will it be? Listen, because Kyrie Irving, he came to Brooklyn to get his own team. But when you got KD on your team coming back, it's probably not going to be your team. So will Kyrie Irving be pouting? Or will he be a guy that's willing to sacrifice and implement Kevin Durant into his offense and say, hey, it's your team, KD, take me over the top? Because let's be real, who you want running your team, KD or Kyrie Irving? You should take KD. Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, to me, are number 2. While Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving are the best offensive duo, this is the best defensive duo. Okay, PG and Kawhi Leonard are 2 of the top 5 defenders as far as perimeter defenders go in all of basketball. Kawhi Leonard is a 3-time defensive player for a reason. Paul George, one of the best perimeter defenders in the league. I mean, I'm going to say this right now. Their games complement each other very, very well. While I say Kyrie Irving might be the best number 2 option in the league, you can say the same thing for Paul George. You put Paul George as your number 2 option on the team, he thrives, okay? And he had his best year this past year. He was an MVP candidate. Kawhi Leonard obviously has shown the ability to carry a championship team by carrying the Raptors and a whole country to a championship. I mean, Kawhi Leonard is one of the 3 best players in basketball. Might be the best player in basketball now that KD's hurt and LeBron James didn't even make the playoffs this past year. So Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, best defensive duo. I just think the duo ahead of them is a little bit better as far as players in the league go. I mean, let's be real. I will say this about Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. They both can fit into any system pretty well. Kawhi Leonard doesn't need the ball in his hands to be successful. Paul George doesn't need the ball in his hands to be successful. They're great off-ball players. They're great defenders. They're gonna win a lot of games in LA with the Clippers. I got them at number 2. But the number 1 choice for me has to be LeBron James and Anthony Davis. I'll explain why. Both players have shown that they were at one time in their career the undisputed number 1 option on their team. LeBron James in Cleveland, LeBron James in Miami, and Anthony Davis in New Orleans, okay? And LeBron James in LA too. So these are 2 players that have been number 1 options on the team and been very, very successful. So I get 2 of the top 5 players in the league potentially. I get, Anthony Davis is the best big man in basketball. He's definitely a top 5 or top 7 player in basketball right now, in my opinion. LeBron James, a top 5 player, top 3 player of all time. Some people consider him to be the GOAT. I mean, he's an excellent player. And LeBron James can elevate teams. And, he's never had a big man as skilled as Anthony Davis by his side. I think defensively, Anthony Davis can cause some things to be very good. I mean, is LeBron James still the best player in the league? He's definitely a top 3 player in the league to me, okay? I mean, these are 2 of the top 5 or top 7 players in all of basketball. That's what it comes down to. I think they'll fit in pretty nice with each other. The only question I really have is LeBron James historically hasn't worked well with bigs, okay? Kevin Love, Chris Bosh were a little bit neutralized when he was playing in Miami and Cleveland, but I can't deny the talent. I can't deny the fact that LeBron James and Anthony Davis have both been undisputed number 1 options on the team. While you got Kyrie Irving, you got Paul George, those guys to me are not undisputed number 1 options on a team. So while Kawhi Leonard and KD both have number 1 options that are capable of being number 1 options on a championship team, and Kyrie Irving and Paul George, they're not better than Anthony Davis, okay? They're just not. So LeBron James and Anthony Davis to me are number 1 on my list. So that's a wrap for this video. Be sure to like the video right now if you're rocking with your boy. Subscribe to the channel if you are new as well. I do post a ton of great sports videos like this weekly and almost every single day if I can. It's my favorite thing in the world to do is make these YouTube videos for you guys. I appreciate you guys for liking and sharing all my videos. One thing you guys can do to help me is share this channel with all your friends. Share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, share it on Snapchat. Get people hip to my channel. I want to become a sports analyst when I get older. I want to go into a big time network, potentially my own network, ESPN, Fox Sports 1, all that good stuff. So just you guys helping this channel grow, helping me get subscribers, helping me get views will really help me in my journey to my dreams. I love you guys. I don't make YouTube videos for views or accolades. I do it because I love to do it. It's my dream job. Appreciate you guys for tuning in today. God bless, and I'm out.